Hello, hello everybody. This is Shilpa here, going live. And today I wanted to share with you I'll just silence my phone. Yes, I wanted to share with you a model for storytelling because uh, so many times I come across people who want to share a story, but they don't know how. And not that not that they don't have access to storytelling models, but I think sometimes they're just overwhelmed with the complexity of those models. So I thought I wanted to share with you today a very simple and real fun model for, telling your story in an empowered manner and influencing people and moving them to buy your cause, or moving them to buy your story to get impacted and influenced, because that's the whole purpose why we're telling a story, right? And okay, so let's get straight into it. Yeah, so the model is called the CAR model, right? And the C, A, and R stand for change, accept, and remove. Now, who can guess what it really means? Like, how are you going to fit a story using the change, accept, and remove model? So let me give you an example. And I'm going to use my example of, my current example, wherein I have my daughter at home all the time. So we've not been able to secure a spot in a daycare center because it's that time of the year. There aren't available spots. And so, I have to find a way to keep her entertained, and she needs full engagement. She can't just be sitting with a toy and playing herself, or she can't even watch the screen, and I don't want to show her the screen for endless hours while I work. So that's my situation, The dilemma is how to keep my toddler constantly engaged as well as be able to deliver, significant amount of business marketing activities. So I realized that, every day there's a constant, tug of war between her and me. She's trying to get my attention and I'm trying to run away from her, and it was a real dilemma because I was trying to hide myself from the person I love the most in this world. And that's my daughter. And as much as I loved her, I felt, I just needed some time, some quiet time, some focused time to be able to do my work where she's not nagging and she's not, constantly looking for my engagement. And what was happening was not resourceful because we were both trying to not give each other what we wanted. So she wanted my attention and I was not giving that to her enough. And I wanted not so much of her attention and I was getting too much of it. So I realized I have to change that, If I don't like it, I have to change it. So there was this element which I decided, okay, I have to do something around it, and I'm going to create an activities planner, and give her my undivided attention for at least 30 to 60 minutes a day, which will kind of not tire her out, but which will stimulate her brain in a productive manner, in a constructive manner. So I actually researched a bit and found some sensory and fine motor, gross motor activities for toddlers. And I created a planner, and these activities were so simple, they could just be done with stuff freely available at home. So this was my action of changing. And so the thing is, there's some things you can change, but there's some things you just can't change. And what happened was, when I started doing those activities with her, there came a point where she wanted more and more. So she wanted 10 activities in a day because she just would not get tired. And, getting her tired was not my aim really, but my aim was to, make her satisfied, that yes, she's had her share of play for the day, but that just wasn't happening. And I couldn't change that. I cannot change how she thinks, and I don't want to change her. I love to, maintain and keep her enthusiasm and excitement to do heaps of things in a single day. So that was the bit I had to accept. And so I changed what I could. I accepted the rest. And when it comes to the third element, which is the remove bit, so I realized, there's only so many hours in the day, and within this much time, I have to entertain her, and I have to find time for my marketing activities and my sales calls and my service deliveries, most importantly. So, none of this can be compromised. And, apart from these, the daily household chores like cooking, cleaning, eating, sleeping, bathing, that has to be done. So how do I find more time in my day? And that's when I realized, okay, what is it that is just not acceptable to me and in the situation? And how can I remove myself from the situation? So I realized I was spending, I was spending a lot of time thinking of my meals, thinking of, okay, what clothes to wear today, what clothes to, make her wear today, my toddler. So these were the time wasters that I had to remove from my life by planning out our clothes the previous night, by planning our weekly meal plan, every Sunday night. I've been doing that consistently for 2 weeks, and I just feel so much space and time has freed up in my head that, it's just robotic implementation of these tasks now, which were, using up my space and my mental energy actually. So yes, it's a very simple but very powerful and very effective model. Can you see? I had to change. I had to change how I was conducting myself around my daughter, and to change that, I had to accept some things that, yes, my daughter is going to be with me in the house 24/7, my responsibility until I'm able to secure a spot in a daycare for her. And I also had to accept that her demands are very valid. If she needs my attention, that's very fair of her, and it's only natural. Plus, her brain needs the stimulation. Her brain needs to consume new stuff, new information, curiosity, play with things, explore them, and I have to give her that opportunity. And, Samir, hi Samir. And what was not acceptable was, wasting time on irrelevant things. So I had to find ways to plan every little bit of my life, and that has made all the difference. So anyways, I invite you to use the same model in telling your story and have a go at writing it out, have a go at trying to write your book. What I want to share with you today as I wrap up is an invitation to join my case study program. And this case study program is valid only for the month of April, where we are going to work together one-on-one to write your book without writing a word. And how does that work? That works in a way where I'm going to interview you in a detailed manner. We're going to blueprint your book in a detailed session. And then we're going to have fun chats where I'm just going to interview you and you're going to speak your book out to me literally. And at the end of it, you're going to be handed over your first draft of the manuscript. So if this excites you, if this invites you, and if this is your time to tell your story and grow your business, then I'm going to post a link to book a session with me in the comments below. Feel free to jump on it and book a session, and we'll take it from there. Cheers.